Tracee, I want to start with you. Just because I mean, this is a sequel to The Brothers McMullen, and that movie was coming out kind of just right when you were getting started in Hollywood, right? Like right around the same time. It-
Well, I don't know if it was when I was getting started in Hollywood, but it made a huge impact on me. I went to the Angelica Theater and I saw that movie in a theater, and it made a huge impact on my life. Number one, it was the first time I really understood what an independent film could be. Number two, that family, even though I am not an Irish Catholic McMullen, I identified with the family dynamics of multiple siblings and everything that happens in that, and also the journey around love. And the third thing was that Ed Burns and Barry became like my prototype for what I wanted to find in life. Now, that didn't happen, but all these years later to come full circle and then be offered and written for to play Barry's love interest was like, ah, ah, so exciting.
Sure, I'm sure, and that's kind of what I was going to ask too. Just because I mean, that movie's been around for 30 years. I was just kind of wondering, like, I mean, it sounds like you saw it shortly after it came out. I'm sure it probably never occurred to you that you were going to be starring in the sequel, but like, at what point did that kind of click, and what was kind of your reaction to being like, oh, they are making a sequel to this, and I get to be in it?
I mean, the truth is, when I first received the script, I was told I was offered a role in Family McMullen, the, you know, what do you call it? Sequel, the sort of next chapter of Brothers McMullen, and I was like, how do I fit in that story? What what role would I play? Are there some family
You're like
members that have dropped
going
out? I'm
back.
like, and then when I heard it was love interest, I became even more intrigued. And love interest of Barry was just very exciting to me. But Juliana keeps saying this in a really wonderful way, and I will credit her with this, but saying like the golden age of rom-com is like what she grew up in, and also I grew up in, and rom-coms have kind of disappeared from the vernacular of what we do in movies and even in television. And it's one of the most, for me, one of the most delightful genres of movie. And I love that Eddie was able to figure out how to combine a holiday treasure of a movie, the family dynamics of the McMullens, into a rom-com that is generational and brings in all different kinds of love and all different kinds of people. And I was charmed to be a part of it, not only because of the history, but also because of what the experience was and being able to work with Ed Burns.
Mm. Totally, totally. And I'll say, like, I watched that first movie, I don't know, however many years ago, a while ago. And like, I heard there was a sequel, and I was just like, I don't know what a sequel to this looks like. But
Yeah,
like you said, like tapping into the rom-com of it all, like, and it's a Christmas movie, I thought it was just a perfect blend. It worked perfectly.
I agree.
Juliana, I am such a fan of yours, and I will forever kick myself if I don't say that I love Succession so much. It's probably my favorite show ever.
It's a
Jess
really
is,
good show. Thank you so much. I
uh-huh.
love being a part of it. I
Just
love
love
being a
you.
part of it. And I feel like my part is small enough on that show that I can say that it's so fantastic without sounding like I have an ego problem.
Oh, sure.
So,
But it's also so great. Like we were talking every week, like just did this, just did that. Like
oh, I love
love it.
that. Love
But
that.
I
Thank
wanted
you.
to ask just a little bit about how you kind of got involved in this too. I
Sure.
mean, when you got the script for this, what kind of stood out to you the most and made you want to be part of this project?
Well, the thing that made me want to be a part of this project, I have two words for you, and they're Ed and Burns. I worked with him many, many years ago on it was like my first significant TV job. And Ed Burns was playing like a cop or a detective, and I was his right-hand woman. And
Mhm.
we really got on. And I really looked up to him, and we were in a bad weather shooting overnight outside situation in rural Georgia. So we really bonded. And we've been trying to work together over many, many years. And the stars have never aligned. Um, but I knew that he was just the loveliest person to be around because he was making me smile and laugh in truly horrendous meteorological conditions. Um, but when we did that job, we were sitting at dinner one night and he said, "Do you know an actor named Pico Alexander?" And I said, no, I don't. What a great name, but no. And he was like, you kind of remind me of him. And I think the two of you would be really good together in a rom-com. And I was like, okay, well, write it, buddy. I'll do it if you make it. And here we are all those years later. I think he completely forgot about that conversation. But there's something about Ed. He has this charmed life that feels like it has a tinge of storybook to it. There's something very magical about how coincidences and you know, associations happen in his life. And I think he made a movie that has that same magic in it. And to get to live in the magic of Ed Burns' life was just enough for me. And then the script was so, as you know, everything Tracee already said. And he's also just like a lightning rod for good people. So I knew it would be a lovely time. And it really was making this movie.
Sure, sure. And that magic totally translates. And it kind of jumps into what I wanted to ask you next, because this next question is for both of you. It's just when I was watching this morning, I was having so much fun, and I kept thinking like filming this movie had to have been like so much fun. Like such a huge ensemble cast. I mean, along with the both of you, you also have Ed, like you said, Connie Britton, and so many like very talented people. So I'm just wondering if you guys have any like particular memories or moments that happened on set that were just like kind of stand out to you that were just like so much fun that you can share.
Well, I think one of the best moments, Juliana, am I correct, is when we shot the Thanksgiving dinner with everybody.
Oh, yeah.
That was like
Heaven.
really, it was heaven. And it was like kind of crazy to be walked through all the nostalgia. They were all telling stories about like how they had gotten the role. Like
Yep.
Connie read it in a backstage and
Yep.
like it was her first audition ever. Like they were all telling the stories of how it all happened and things they remembered from the original set. And that was a special day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And because we were all at that table the whole day, it would, I, dinner scenes can often feel so stilted. And when I watch movies, I'm always
As an
thinking to
actor,
myself,
you
like,
can like see it.
yeah, I'm like, they're telling fake jokes and that's a fake laugh and they don't like each other. But we had a really funny, fun time. And I felt like familial dynamics emerging authentically after we would cut.
Yes,
And
it
it
was
really, yeah.
that was a special one, I have to say. And also, you know, for me as a fan of the original, just like sitting there listening to all of them was kind of crazy.
Oh, sure. Sure, I'm sure. And again, totally translates. I was having a blast just watching it this morning. So I just kept being jealous. Like, man, that would be a fun set to be on.
Yeah, it was.
I also will say I loved doing the dance.
Oh
That
yeah.
was another big day. We worked really hard on that dance. We had a lot of rehearsals with our wonderful choreographer, Natalie. And that was an extremely fun day. I love when you have a little project in a movie, like something you
Yeah,
have to learn how to do.
yeah.
And that was a very fun day.
Sure. Totally. Totally. And then one last question for both of you again. I mean, it's been 30 years since the Brothers McMullen. I talked to Ed earlier, and it sounded like he had no idea there was going to be a sequel till just a couple years ago. Do you guys think that this is like the kind of movie that you could come back to, like in another, oh, I mean, hopefully not 30 years again, but like
Oh,
sometime in the future and like revisit these
oh
characters
yeah.
and see where they
We've
are?
been talking about
We've
it,
discussed it. We know exactly where they're going. We've got the whole thing mapped out.
but
Oh,
we
wow.
can't talk about it yet with the
Yeah,
public.
we can't talk about it with the public, but in between scenes and takes, that's what we were doing. We were
Yeah.
all as a concerted and collective effort coming up with not only what we wanted the story to be, but where exactly we wanted to shoot it.
And it's going to be somewhere fabulous. That's all I'm going to say.
You have me excited. I can't wait to see it now.
We're excited too.
We're really excited. My bags are packed. I'm ready.
There you go. That is awesome.